people, do they think that's a myth? Do they think that love can never be enough? That there's more to a relationship than just somebody being in love or showing love or, just saying I love you, right? That's the myth or fact that we were just trying to dissect before you came up. And so I want to take some responses here, and just let's use that to segue into the conversation for today. We are in fact talking about what love is and what it's not, right? That's our conversation for today. So let's see if people's responses will give us a kind of idea as to what really and truly people think that this love is. Okay. Prince Nana wrote in saying there should be more to love. Love without wisdom, maturity, God, without good character, without money, commitment, contentment, and the ability to manage the love is fruitless. That's a response that we got, Prince Nana, with that one. Another person wrote in, Jacob Ode from Madala says, love is all about commitment, dedication, and sacrifices, so it covers everything. Verbal expressions of love without action is not love that can stand the test of time. Therefore, love with the above outlined ingredients is enough. The above outlined ingredients, according to Jacob, are commitment, dedication, and sacrifices, right? Let's see, what else did we have here? Somebody sent in a voice note. Is this on the conversation? Let me play it and see.
Okay, my name is Emmanuel, and I'm calling from Kubwa. I want to say that enough, because love covers everything. That I'm calling from Kubwa. I want to say that love is enough, because love covers everything that is involved. It covers understanding, it covers sharing, it covers relating, it covers everything that is involved in a relationship. If you understand me as my girlfriend, that means you love me. You'll be there for me. There won't be any quiet. There won't be any quarrel. There won't be any chaos, because we understand ourselves, because we love ourselves. And that's just what I want to say. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that. Coach, you heard that, right? He believes that love is enough because it covers everything. Okay. A few more messages and then we'll come back and get the conversation started. This person here, let me see if I can find a name. Okay, this is Will from Mexico Street. Will says, I believe that love exists, but it is used to play games these days. I believe from his perspective, that love that they used to play games can definitely not be enough. And the last message I see here is from Ush. Ush says, love itself is about sacrifice and understanding how the person wants to be loved. Love is definitely not only about shawarma dates. So love is not enough. Oh, these are very interesting takes. So we have some people on the side of love being enough, and then some people on the side of love not being enough. So let's use that to get into our conversation this evening. And just in case you are thinking, how can I be part of this? We are streaming live. You want to go on our Facebook and our YouTube channels. It's at Nigeria Info Abuja to be part of the conversation. We are on the couch right now with Coach Mayzy. Coach Mayzy, I was trying to read out your resume earlier on. Let me see if I can do you proper justice by reintroducing you.
Fine.
You say,
If you've done that already, that's fine.
You sure? Okay, so that people will understand when we are getting down into this conversation, because when it comes to defining what love is, it has been a source of controversy for a while now, right? So I need people to understand that Coach Mayzy is qualified to tell us what it is and what is not. He's a wholeness coach. Wholeness. Let me go to that person who said Valentine's Day is about love. So when you're thinking about yourself, wholeness of self, Coach Mayzy takes stocks. He's a premarital coach. He's a marriage and family therapist, right? Amongst other things. Author, speaker, and he has his own matchmaking platform as well. So he can tell us what love is. Let's start with what your take is on the perspectives that different people have shared this evening as to what it is, if it's enough and if it's not. Then we'll get into what exactly love truly is.
Okay, thank you very much. I enjoyed listening to those responses. It will shock you to hear me say that everybody who gave an answer was right within of the paradigms. All right. The of the understanding they were, and I'll tell you why I said so. So some people say, love is not enough. No, you need to add this, you need to add that. Within this context of the understanding, they are right. Some others say, love is everything. Within the context of the understanding, they are right. But we'll still show at the end of the day which one is authentic, right?
Okay.
Now, let me tell you why I said that. Because you see, at the end of the day, and that's why it's really important we're having this conversation today. I pray that people will apply their hearts to listen. You know, when we talk about love, everybody has an opinion. Everybody has an opinion. And somehow everybody believes their opinion because that is the one they know. You know, but I just hope that people will have an open heart today to listen carefully, to be ready to question preconceived mindsets and notions and beliefs, you know, to be ready to hear things that would disrupt your your comfort a little bit, you know, just so that you can learn. All right. So now let me go straight to it. You see, those people that said love is not enough. Why did I say they were right within their own paradigms?
Because it's definitely not shawarma dates. So if somebody is describing love as going out on dates, then it's not enough, right?
Exactly. So I lost my line of thought, but I'll get it.
Apologies. If somebody said love is not enough, they're right within there. Go ahead, please.
Okay, yes. So why did I say within there? Take note, that's the operative word there, right? Because there are a lot of people who have reduced love to just feelings and emotions. And so long as that person believes that all that love is how I feel in my tummy part time concerning this person or this new person on the block or this person who makes me lose sleep, so long as that person has reduced love, and that is what they think that love is, they will definitely tell you that it is not enough because they will recall how that they have felt like that for somebody before and it was short-lived. They have felt like that for another person. They thought it was the best thing in their lives. And again, it hit the rocks. They have felt like that for different people. And then they'll say, you know what? This love thing is not enough. Or you need to now look for other things to add. So if it's that person, you see, within the scope of your experience and your knowledge level, you will think you are right. But then we will get down to what love really is. And then we will show you what those other things you were experiencing were. All right, which is not love. Let me start finding trouble now. Which is not love. You see all those things that makes you, no, it's not love. That one was not love. All right, and we'll talk into it in details in a bit. Right now, for those who explain that love is enough, all right, if they have the understanding of the scope of what true love is, then they are right. All right. And that will be the answer I will lean towards. Love, if you understand its entirety, if you understand the true concept of what love is, then it is enough. And I hope people are listening. I will give my point, don't worry. All right. Love is enough.
You know, Coach, if we're going to make this very interesting, we will start from when you're giving your points. Please start from what love is not.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's start from what is not.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. You know?
Okay.
So there are a number of concepts that people have mistaken for love. And the basic ones are feelings of attraction. Now we're talking about what love is not. Feelings of attraction, strong feelings of attraction, and strong emotions of attraction.
The kind that your heart will be palpitating and you'll be sweating when you're in the room with the person. That's not love.
That thing that is doing you is not love, right?
The way you said it was wicked, that thing that is doing you.
I need it to register in somebody's brain.
Okay.
You see, the challenge is that from the things that people have exposed themselves to by way of the movies, the novels, the music videos, the secular conversations generally,
social media,
you know, what it presents to you is is maybe two people who stumbled around each other in one way or the other. The man was looking in a kind of way, maybe a kind of height, a kind of build, a kind of gait, kind of, swag and all that, maybe with the beards and stuff. And then the lady, a particular kind of shape, a kind of complexion. And you see, and all of these things are suggesting to you the kind of physical qualities that are required to feel this way, the kind of environment that will make you feel this way, the kind of things you do when you feel that way with somebody. And then you see those two people connect, give each other some nice and lustful glances, and then they get talking. And before long, they're telling them how they feel towards them. And then, of course, before long, they are kissing, they are having sex, and they are deeply in love. You see, so in your mind, what you don't know is that there's some kind of subconscious programming that is happening there, making you feel like when two people connect like this and say these kind of nice things to each other and feel the way they feel about each other, then that thing going on there is love. And then, of course, when they go ahead and get romantically engaged and involved and sexually involved, you say, okay, really now this is love. But I will explain, like I said. You see, because emotions are what you call, I don't want to speak too much grammar. Emotions are biochemicals, right? They are neurotransmitters in the brain that send signals based on what the brain interprets, based on what's happening around you. So it sends signals to the hormones to be secreted to make you respond or react in a particular way. So let me use examples now. Because you have watched that movie where a guy looked at a girl one kind and she smiled in one sweet way, and then they got close and their bodies touched, and because you have seen that, there's a memory center in the brain where that one has processed and kept it somewhere. The day you will see a girl that looks like that one you saw in that movie, it will reference that thing. You'll say, Kai, this girl is just like that one I saw.
Is this love? This thing I'm feeling in my heart, is it love?
Then you will now start feeling the way they were feeling. And then you will do something about it. Maybe you make a move and she sees you, and then she returns the energy, and you're like, Kai, love is happening here. What you don't know is that immediately your brain saw that person, it referenced, because everything that happens in your life, everything, consciously and subconsciously, it's thought somewhere in your memory center, and it's always referencing against what's happening presently. Now, you have felt like that, and you say, okay, this thing now is love. I like this girl. Oh. You talk to her, she gets close to you, and then all these things happen very quickly in the mind. The other things that begin to get secreted are other hormones like dopamine that makes you feel excited, and there's that rush, that dopamine rush that makes you feel like, I need to talk to this girl now, man. Man, I like the way I'm feeling. You like it. It's an exciting feeling. It's a happy feeling, right? And then while that is going on, too, things like oxytocin will also be secreted, especially when you guys start talking and maybe there's physical touch or maybe a hug or a peck. You start feeling sweet in your tummy. You say, this thing is love. Listen, it is the biochemicals in your body that are responding to stimulus.
So basically, all these things you have described is basically the things that lead to attraction. So basically, attraction is not love?
Attraction is not love. No, it's not. Attraction means you see something that you like. Love is not that instantaneous and careless. You can be attracted to something that looks beautiful now, and then you get close and you see that, okay, so you buy, I don't know if you've ever, but I remember one place I went to one time, ordered pizza, it was very beautiful. And when we opened it, about to take a bite, the smell, the odor that came from that thing. So imagine a pizza where something that they had used, whether the chicken or the cheese or something was rotten, was bad. Imagine that repulsion, right? Now, of course, we returned it. You can't eat it like that. So, when you see that pack, it looks beautiful. You're already imagining how you're going to devour this. I remember that day because it was really annoying. We were hungry, and that was we just said, "Look, let's snack on this, and let's really, let's have an experience." And then only to open it, and it's repulsive. You see, what's happening there is from attraction, excitement, dopamine. You feel, oh, I'm about to enjoy this. And then you see that thing that makes it repulsive to you, and everything switches to anger and resentment, and you're disappointed.
Yeah.
And you throw it away, all the management, and shout at them. You see what's happening there? It's response to stimulus. It's here like this today, and then something else happens. It's there. That is not solid enough to be love. It can be blown by the wind. It changes with every different circumstance that presents itself.
Okay.
Are you getting? So that's emotion and feelings for you. Very temporal. That's what I'm trying to say.
All right.
Very temporal.
So feelings, the feelings that come from attraction, not love.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not love.
Questions.
It's very temporal.
Since we're on the matter of what love is not, is love a choice?
We will get to what love is, right?
Okay, is that what it is? Okay, I thought we were still on what is not, because I've heard that thing. Oh, it's a choice, and then they make it sound so very drab and very foreboding when they say it that way. But okay, you've used that to tell me that. Okay. So what else is love not? We already know. When you think about Valentine's Day in a few days, we already know that gifts giving, taking on dates, in some cases, some page on so thick that they will start from the beginning of this week and give that special somebody a treat all the way to next week. Just that they love you. I'm going to need you to ponder on that one a little bit, especially in view of Valentine's Day, to let us know with what's coming, what love is not. But you will answer that after this time out. We need to go on a quick commercial break. So please just put that in mind. All right. So if you're just joining us, we are on the couch today, and forget that we're all sounding very energetic and is laid back, and we're preparing for the week of love. We're already in it, but we want to find out what it is and what it's not after this.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
You don't ready to relax and enjoy.
And we are back on the couch with Coach Mayzy. Thank you for staying with us, and thank you for joining in on the conversation. Remember, we are answering questions as to what love is and what it's not. And Coach Mayzy is here providing some insight to some of those questions. Coach Mayzy, I must say, though, so that we don't lose track of time, we also have a listener who wrote in about the situation he found himself in, where he's preparing to propose to his woman on Valentine's Day, and then she ends up breaking his heart and telling him that she's not ready to continue the relationship with him. This is after they dated for 6 months. We're also going to perhaps delve into that a little bit. So just wanted to mention that so that we don't lose track of it. So let's come back to the conversation. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. So there was a question you asked. I also want to talk about it, but I feel like I want to land on a few thoughts so that I don't leave people just hanging and a bit confused.
Okay.
Right? So yes, when I said love is not a feeling or emotion, however, there are emotions and feelings in love, right? Because at the end of the day, when you are in true love with someone with whom you want to do life, for example, right? There are some of those feelings that are also present. But what I was saying in essence is those feelings alone don't sum up to what love is.
Okay.
So I just wanted to establish it like that.
Thank you for that clarity. Okay.
Yeah, those feelings alone, it's not love, but it's part of the mix.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, the other thing that it is not, I'll just talk about two things quickly, as much as I can. Lust, Lust, and then another thing is obsession. If I have time, I'll get into codependency and the likes, right? But so when you feel that attraction towards that person, if that attraction is mostly a strong sexual desire, it is not love, it is lust, Lust. If whenever you think about this person, all that is in your head are the different styles you can turn, there's that thing they say, turn you in 70 positions in 7 minutes. I don't know how to say that thing. If that is what you are thinking of, you see, and there are ladies like that who would see a guy, and I mean, legit conversations. I mean, I can keep it real here.
Yes, you can. Please do. Anything else, we will protest.
Ladies see a guy, and sometimes they are imagining, maybe based on his build and his height and his this and that, they're imagining what his organ looks like, and they want to just have a feel of it. That is not love. That is sexual attraction. But you see, because there are other attractions around that person that make you feel in a kind of way, you think that, Kai, this is love, or like I love this guy. And then he does a few nice things to you. Things look cozy at some point. Of course, it's always cozy at the beginning.
Then turns you 70 ways from Sunday to balance it up, and you're like, it's over.
When he does that one to you, you are finished now. What's remaining again? It's my soulmate. But that one now is lost, Lust. And what are some of the characteristics of this thing? It is also short-lived. All right? It is short-lived. It is selfish. It's about how you want to feel.
When you say short-lived, Coach, I need you to be clear. Because you see, these things can persist for as long as 2-5 years. You see people getting married based off of these reactions and these attractions. So when you say short-lived, how short is short-lived? Just so that we are clear. Because if it continues for 5 years, it has transcended now. It's not short-lived again, isn't it?
And you see, the fact that it has continued for 5 years with this person, part of the proof that it is short-lived is that that person will also be seeking gratification from any other person that strikes him as attractive.
Or her.
Strikes her as attractive. Yeah. Do you get it? So it doesn't last. It's not built to last. Because it's outwardly what's the word now? It's outwardly stimulated. Okay. So the issue is that this person, this guy, I used a lady before, let me use a guy. This guy likes a lady who is this kind of complexion, has this kind of backside, and this kind of front side. So whether it is this one he claims to love, or it is the one that shows up tomorrow, he is definitely going to be after this or that or that or that, no matter how he tries to claim commitment to the one he says he's in love with. But if that thing was based off of that sexual desire, then it is love and it is not true love.
I need to ask.
Say something?
Yes, I need to ask. As a follow-up to what you're saying, when you say this person will constantly be trying to seek gratification elsewhere, are these the kind of situations where you find that, you being the other person now who's caught in this web, have to work so hard and try so hard to ensure that you are keeping this person in the home, still tied to you, still attracted to you, because the person will always say, oh, you are not the way you used to be before. Before you were slim, now you're fat. Or before you were fair, now you are dark, even though that's an impossibility. You usually have it the other way around. Are those kind of conversations where you find the other person working extra hard just to keep the person?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Yes, it's the kind of thing, yeah? Because, like I said, it's externally based and externally motivated, and it's based on the satisfaction I want of that person. Do you understand? So that's what love. Now, obsession, all of them, these things happen many times. They're all mixed together.
Yeah.
Obsession is that feeling or that thing that preoccupies your mind to the point where you can't stop thinking about this person. You can't stop talking about them, imagining, having them around if they are not around, wanting them to always be around you, all right, to the point where it begins to affect your normal functioning in your everyday life. So you have something very important to do, but you are caught in this thought of this girl or this guy. You know, it's disruptive. It disrupts your normal flow of the day. It's also intrusive. You can be in the middle of a meeting and you are lost in thoughts about this woman or about this guy. You see, when people experience these things, they say, "Kai, it is love, man. It's love." That's why they define love as that force that comes upon you and you don't know what to do anymore. You are helpless. See, that thing is not love.
No, but coach, this one, my hand is up, sir. So
no problem. Treat it. Yeah.
No, let's delve a little bit deeper into this one. So I get obsession. And when you were describing it and talking about, oh, this person is always in your thoughts and all of that, and then you said to the point when, I thought that was when it was going to take like a dangerous turn. But you still landed in a place where I felt was normal when you said, so to the point where it affects your daily schedule.
It disrupts your daily functioning, right?
How else will you love somebody if it does not disrupt your daily? Like, let me explain.
Listen.
Let me explain.
Okay.
Let me explain. For instance, you're in a relationship with somebody and you love the person, right? And they are maybe somewhere else doing their thing and you are somewhere else doing your thing. And then they call you up and say, oh, I need help with a little something. And you have to take time away from what you're doing to go and help them what they're doing. That's a good kind of disrupting your daily activities now. I was thinking you were going to say, it disrupts your day to the point that you have to be following them, tracking them where they are going. I would have thought that was more of an obsession thing. But when you say disrupting their daily activity, you must disrupt now. Oga, I'm doing something like in my case now. What was I, a couple of weeks ago? I was just on my way going to go and buy something, and a car runs into my car. Brother had to disrupt what he was doing, so that's normal, isn't it?
Sure.
Okay,
good. So thank you for bringing that clarity. Yeah?
Okay.
Because you actually put it in context. Yeah?
Okay.
So
okay.
It disrupts your day in an unhealthy or in a negative way.
Yeah.
So such that they are not with you, but you are preoccupied with wondering, what is he doing now? Where is he? Let me check. Let me call. I called you now. Why are you not picking? Oh, I wish you don't have to travel for this meeting. Well, just stay with me now. You've not called me 5 minutes. You've not heard from me. What kind of man are you?
I thought you said you loved me.
Yeah, that's the extent to which it is unhealthy.
Okay, all right.
Because love is wholesome. Love will help you be yourself, do your thing. Even though I care deeply about you, but I'm not going to check. So that level of controlling and overwhelming comes with pressure. I'm not healthy.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, it starts pushing you into suspicion. It starts pushing you into
wanting to control and manipulate.
Controlling behavior, exactly. You see, and people think that control is a sign of love. They say if somebody loves you now, they will always be around. That's not true. If you love somebody, you want them to have a life. Yes, you will release them.
Okay.
He tells you I'm getting out with the boys. You say I want to come. Are you a boy? Are you a boy? Yeah. And the real reason is that you just want to be there.
You want to know if any other girl is there with the boys. I get it. I get the obsession part.
She wants to go out and hang out with her friends. And then you're all moody, you're all sad, you're doing like one bad thing has happened. Must you really go out every time you and this girl? Oh God, why are you crying?
That's not love, eh?
No, it's not. It's unhealthy.
Okay, all right.
It's unhealthy. People should be individuals, even though they are in love with someone. They should still have a life. They should have that freedom to relate with people. I'm not saying that they should throw away boundaries, but you should be able to trust them enough that what they share with you is real. But the thing is, you lack the ability to have that trust.
Okay.
Because what you are going through is obsession. It's not love. It's not pure love. You see? So just trying to, those are just a little bit small points here.
We need to get into the other elements of the conversation. And then if time does permit, we'll come back. Because you mentioned one very, very key one. But I don't know if time will allow us. And that's what love is not, codependency. That one, dear.
Yeah.
We will try and get into that one. But let's talk about what love is. But before then, I need to take some comments and reactions. This one here says, love is a word that has been abused. Love is about giving, which is what God did to the world as recorded in the scripture. But that is not the case among people. What is defined and described as love is from a selfish point of view. Yes, not selfish. When a particular is entitled to only receiving and not, is that love? For me, true love has lost its true meaning, whether we accept it or not. Society has encouraged the female gender to be promiscuous today by making them feel entitled to demand the type of man they want. But it's not okay for the male gender to do the same. Why is that so? Well, guess what, Will? That's why we're having the conversation today about what love is. We just thought to start from what it's not. So we'll come to that very shortly. Prince Nana says, love is not about Valentine. It's not about knowing what love is. Many have destroyed their future because of deceitful love. He says we have agape love, and many are thinking lust is love, not knowing it isn't. Love is not sex. Sex is fulfillment of marriage to procreate. Is that it? Is that what you mean? While today's people believe in relationship sex as love. That's why I educated earlier that there should be more to love. Prince Nana, thank you for that. Hafsat, I also see your message. I appreciate you. And then our brother, all the way from Amagunze in Enugu State, also Francis Namani, thank you so much. He says, good evening, Somi and Coach Mayzy, keep up the good work. And this one here, Louis is just having a laugh. He says, obsession is a virus. And then he's laughing at, I think when I was talking about about the healthy kind of disruption, and he's going Somi and Coach O. It's okay. Love, Louis, thank you. All right, let's come back to Coach Mayzy and let's get into what love is. And then we'll attend to Habib's story. We need to touch on that as well. All right, Coach.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, so we've tried to explain some of the things that love is not.
Yes.
And in some of those points we talked about, a few things you would highlight there is that one, it's not temporal. It's not based on what is happening now or how you feel now. It is not selfish. It is not how you feel and what you want per time. All right. A lot of those other qualities center around you and what it is you want, how you want to feel, how that gratification that you desire. All right. So if it is not all that, then what is love? I'm a person of faith. I will refer to scripture, but I'll also do well to explain it so that it doesn't look like I'm just talking over people's heads, right? Mm-hmm. And I can still explain it without referring to the Bible, actually. This is how we define love. I define love as a conscious commitment, all right? A conscious commitment or an intentional and deliberate commitment to someone. So this definition will go in the line of towards a romantic relationship.
Okay.
Right?
We're talking romantic relationships right now. Let's be clear, right? We're not talking agape. Yeah. We know that agape love is of God. When it comes to man-woman relationships, right? Yeah. And human to human, that's filial love, right? We're talking romantic relationships. So go ahead.
Excellent. Yeah.
Okay. Quick one. Let's bring Coach back up. Okay. Forgive technical glitch there. Coach is joining back any second now. But yeah, indeed, conversations thus far. Perhaps you want to weigh in and let's get your thoughts about it. You can do that as well. You can join in on the conversation. It's 0700 951 0000. You can also call in on 0809 5974869. And on WhatsApp, it's 0809 993 0137. We're talking, and Coach Mayzy is back on. All right, Coach, what is this love of a thing?
So I was defining it as, I said, it's a conscious commitment. It's an intentional, a deliberate commitment, all right, to contribute to the well-being of someone else for the rest of your life. Whether or not that person reciprocates the same energy back to you. That frequency.
Wait, sir.
I know. We will talk about it. That's right.
Whether or not they reciprocate, that's a hard pill to swallow.
Frequency.
But go ahead.
And I will tell you why I said that.
Okay.
I'll tell you why I said that.
Okay.
All right. So first of all, let's break it down. I said it's a conscious commitment. It's intentional. It doesn't happen at the instant. They call it love at first sight. It's feelings and attraction at first sight. It's not love. All right. And then I said a commitment to someone else's well-being, someone else's welfare for the rest of your life. This makes it really intense and focused. All right. This measure of love we're talking about is not what you will say, I have for 5, I'm in love with 2 women, I don't know which one to choose. It's not that. That's not what we're talking about. That thing that you have with many people can be attraction, can be lust, can be infatuation, can be obsession, can be, but this love is intentional. It's a commitment. You're telling yourself, I'm going to stay true. I'm going to stay put with this person. I'm going to be a part of their lives. I'm going to make sure their life is better than I'm meeting it. I'm going to make sure their needs are supplied to the best of my ability. All right. I'm going to make sure I'm there for them. I'm going to make sure I'm a part of their wholesome development. You see, it is more focused on what it will do, what it will contribute to the other person, than what it will receive from the other person.
Ow.
This whole, yes, oh yes. And that is what makes love really sweet and deep.
No, sir. No, sir.
If 2 people,
I beg to differ. Okay. You see this thing that you're saying, as long as, it's not like I'm disputing what you're saying. I'm disputing this very sweet part because I'm a person of the faith as well. And to be honest, when we're getting into these kind of conversations, I've had it with a number of people. And, when they say, because I'm on the side of love should be enough when you understand what true love is, right? And then when people ask me to define it, I use scripture. And if you use scripture, love is not sweet. Sir, it's painful.
Don't worry, we'll be get there now.
It will draw you apart. It will. Okay, I rest my case. I'm not trying to scare nobody here. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I will tell you the point where it gets sweet.
Okay.
So it is that conscious and deep commitment. It is stable in its approach. Love is not good to you when you are good to it, or when you are. So I'm not good to you when you are good to me. I'm not nice to you because you are nice to me. Love says, I choose you. I'm going to be nice to you. My response to you is going to be stable as much as I can, right? Irrespective of what you're doing to me now. But I will explain because I know there are extremes to this, right?
Yes.
Now, yes, I understand. I know the concerns. Don't worry.
Okay.
So where is it sweet? Where does it become sweet? Imagine that you have this disposition towards the one that you love. I'm going to, so long as I'm in your life, I am willing to contribute all that I am and all that I have to make sure you are sound, spirit, soul, body, you are healthy, you are achieving your dreams, your life is smooth, your life is happy, my presence around you is the best place you want to be, right? Now, imagine you have this level of commitment to somebody else, and that person has the same commitment to you.
It's over.
You get it?
Okay.
That is what love is.
Okay.
Now, there is always a problem is where one person is having all of this towards the other, and the other is not able, lacks the capacity to deliver that level of commitment. Perhaps because they don't even understand it. You see, that's where it becomes hard. It becomes troublesome. It becomes stressful. Now, the fact that we are saying that you are this committed to somebody, that should also let you know that it is a lot of responsibility.
Yes.
Oh,
Please
yes.
say it again for the people in the back. Responsibility.
Love is a lot of responsibility. That's why you don't fall into it. You stand well inside love.
You stand fit.
Gallantly do love. You don't fall.
With your eyes wide open.
Wide open. You see, that thing they tell you love is blind, is infatuation,
It's
is
lie.
lust, it's obsession, is attraction. All those things can be blind, right? Because all those things are seen at the short-term gratification. Like we said earlier, how I will feel, what I want from you, what I want to experience with you, what you can do for me. right? But love is not about that. Love is thinking of in what ways can I be this for you. That is why when you truly love someone, giving is not a problem, because you cannot love and hold back. That is not love. It's impossible to love and hold back. It is that thing is not love. You see, when it is true love, you would even empty your account when necessary. You would go over and beyond when necessary to ensure that your partner excels, succeeds, is wholesome.
Caveat, sir. Caveat, sir. Be saying this thing, as you are talking about this, what it is, be saying this thing. How did you put it again? Irrespective of whether you are getting it back in the same measure. So,
yes.
Caveat emptor. Abi, how do they speak that English? You are loving somebody, and you see this. It's really, really painful, and that is why I had to say it that way. Because when you go back to the scripture, I had someone who sent in a message aligning with this to say, when you want to really and truly define love, if you are of the faith and you want to truly define love, think about God. And think about his relationship with humankind. And just know that you will suffer through the rejection, the pain, the lack of returning of your affections and all of that. But that really and truly is love. And if you're not doing anything that is reflecting that, then this "I love you" is empty words.
Empty and selfish.
But let's bring it back. Let's bring it back a little bit. But before we bring it back, I have a caller. The line has been buzzing. Let's take this, coach, and then we'll come back. Hello.
Hello, Auntie Somi.
Good evening. Welcome. I greet you too. All right, Donatus, go ahead.
Are you telling us that Big Peter Lee or Dogliaro have solved?
Donatus, I didn't hear you. Say that again, please. Donatus, don't do that. I didn't hear you. Please come back. We'd like to hear your question again. I know I heard you say, "Are you saying that?" And then that was it. All right, let's come back to Coach M. Coach, go ahead.
The qualities of love, right? It puts the other person first. Okay? And that is why it is patient with that person. It is patient. It is considerate. It is kind. It seeks to share. It seeks to be gentle with the person, right? Why? Because, like I said, it's putting that person first. Love is thinking, how would my response affect you? So if I respond in this way and I see that, it had a negative effect on you, maybe I spoke in a kind of way and your spirit was dampened, you felt down, I will apologize because that is not my intent. Maybe I was just trying to communicate a displeasure and I said it in a kind of way and now it has hit you bad. True love will know that, this is not the goal. My goal is not to make you feel bad and sorry and sad. My goal is just to let you know that next time, please do it better, right? So when I see that my action has affected you in a kind of way, it won't be hard to go back and apologize and say, you know what, I didn't mean to speak to you like that. This is what I was trying to say. It's considerate of you.
Okay. Caller here. It's gone off. Go ahead.
Okay. It's not the one that I will show you today. Let me teach you a lesson. Yes, I know I said it and I will say it again. This one is an intent to be unnice to your partner. You see? And then it's not all about itself. It's not self-seeking. It's not I want you and I want you now and you can't have an opinion to that. That is where the other qualities we talked about are wrong because a guy feels sexually attracted to it and he's asking her out, he wants her to say yes to the relationship by all means, at all costs. So he wouldn't mind doing all of those other deceptive niceties. All right? He will buy this for you. He will call you 100 times. He'll let you think that you're the most important person in his world. Meanwhile, all of this is just make you grease. Just say yes. Just come over to my house.
Speaking of deceptive niceties, as she put it, a quick story here, and then we'll take Hamid's story as well. A quick story here. Someone I saw the story online about a guy and a girl who were in a relationship, and then the guy cheated on her, cheated on the lady, and she left him, and then he came back. And when he came back, you know how some people say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I love you, let's get past this." The guy said all that, but then he followed up with walk-ins. He showed walking, bought a car, flowers, gave her thousands of dollars and all of that, sent everything to her, and she turned it back. And then went as far as getting a restraining order on this guy. And then the guy, goes back to social media and starts to rant and say that, first of all, talked down on her and everything. Somebody who he tried to get back with, if you can imagine that, talked down on her and everything. And then went ahead to be like, going forward, I want a relationship where people, the woman will understand that I'm dealing with trauma, and that you don't throw away a good thing just because you go through a bad patch. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, some people are being like, but girl, he apologized now. He even got you a car. He sent you thousands of dollars and all of that. Can't you see that he loves you? Is that not love?
I'm shaking my head. It's not love. No, it's
Why
not.
is it not love?
That in itself is not the proof of love. The proof of love is that he will put himself under an accountability program. He will set boundaries. He will honor and respect what he shares with this girl, that he will make sure that he is not exposing himself to the kind of temptations that will make him cheat again. That will be the true love, not trying to buy you over. Well, what has money and cars got to do with? Does she not have a car? Unless she does not have money. But if she's working and she's sustaining herself, then she has money, she can buy herself a car. Do you understand? So the point is, those things are, like I used the term, deceptive niceties. Because all that is supposed to do is just to tell you, oh yeah, now calm down now, calm down. And that can even be disrespectful. Because there are men who have this idea that all women want is money. Just throw her some words.
Oh, speaking of, job. We need to come back and do a session on what women want. It will be unfair that we do what men want and we don't do what women want. So that men can really and truly understand. If that's all women want, let's know. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So you see, those things can even be manipulative. That is not the proof that he is willing to address what it was that caused a problem between them. And then if what he had for her was really love and she turned him down, will the next thing he does, or the next thing he will do, will that be to go and disparage that lady's character and start bringing her down? How far with I love you? How far with I want you back in my life? No, so but you can really see that.
But he had a point though, if you will. I mean, I don't know how you see, but he might have had a point when he said, "Look, I've been trauma, and so this is can't you? If you love me, why can't your love see past rough patch?"
Okay.
Let's assume that he didn't do all deceptive niceties. He didn't bring the flowers and everything. Let's say that he was actually just trying to get back into our good books, and he went to some people who do this. They'll go to your friends, they'll go to your parents. You've not seen where even parents will be trying to talk their daughter. Yes. So let's say he didn't even buy all those things and all those, all those nice things, but he was going to feel all of that.
Let me ask you a question. What did he refer to trauma? What's that move about?
Psychological manipulation.
And not taking responsibility. It's not how it is. Okay, you know that you have this trauma. Wouldn't that make you to be extra conscious of what you expose yourself to? See, let's see what it is. Those are excuses for irresponsibility. It's very easy to blame any other thing for your bad behavior than take personal responsibility. It's not any trauma that made him to do it.
Okay.
He did what it is. Trauma also is also manipulation. It's all not taking responsibility.
Okay.
Taking responsibility will sound like, I apologize that I did this. Yes, at that time I should have walked away. I shouldn't have taken that phone call. I should have resisted. I should have called you instead. I should have put it on video call so that I'm conscious that you are watching me, you are aware. I should have even told you where I was going to. That is taking responsibility. But I didn't do all of that because my trauma had the best of me. So come and pity me instead.
Let's take this call, Coach M. Hello. Oh, snap. My timing is off. All right. We are talking about what love is and what it's not. Coach Mayzy is here. We started extensively by talking about what love is not. And even though we're talking about what love is, we keep going back to what love is not. So let's just get it clear, yes? But let's take this call. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes.
Good evening.
Okay, Donatus, you called back. Go ahead.
Donatus calling back.
All right.
Let me speak on behalf of me. But Minister, are you saying this, that we should take Dogoyaro or bitter leaf as a tea? Or this love is for Africa or Europe or American? Or I don't know how many percent of men will be able to withstand this love. You understand that their Shokozo can be able to carry it to Nigeria. I don't know. Thank you very much.
All right, Coach Mayzy, quick one. I have another call, but let me just tell you what he said. He says, are you saying that we should take Dogon Yaro or bitter leaf in the name of loving a person? He says, I don't know if I'll be able to withstand this love. Is this love European love or American love? Is this actually Nigerian love? How can one love like this? Is what he's saying. Let's take some more calls. Hello?
Yo.
Hello, good evening.
Yo.
Hello, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, it's Will.
Okay, Will. Hi, Will. Go ahead.
Yes. The coach has actually explained a lot of things. But the one that really caught my attention was, or has more weight, is the one that he said you have to keep doing things, doing things that even the partner is not reciprocating, that you have to keep doing it. And for me, honestly, that is too much to swallow. So I don't think for me, I can go that length, even though I know it's love. But honestly, someone like me, I don't know what to. How can, only one party keep, offering love and it's not coming from the other. So how long can one, keep doing that? So most ladies have come across to, once I see that red flag that this person is going to take a long time, to reciprocate, or I see those red flags of a one-sided, relationship, I opt out, immediately. So that's just my take on that.
All right, then. Thank you so much. Coach M, did you hear what he said? He says a lot of what you said about what love is spot on. And he agreed with you up until the point where you said you have to keep doing it even when the person is not reciprocating. He says that one is too much to take because he knows that really and truly is what love is. It's just too hard for him to do, because for how long can you continue to do that? A lot of ladies like to take advantage of people who are like that. So for how long can you continue? Okay, let's take another call. Hello. All right, 07009510000 or 08095974869, and on WhatsApp 0809930137. Louis says, Somi, please, this kind of love coach has explained is rare, even though that's the way love should go. The way our society is programmed, it's hard to love in this manner because the opposite gender already feels it's the man's responsibility to do all coach has mentioned. So love is a bit of what it's not and much of what it is. Thank you for this. This one here says, so me, it's obvious based on the coach's analysis that I scored 95 over 100. I sincerely appreciate his deeply rooted explanation of what love means. Well done, Jerry. And this one here says, so me, I'm enjoying your program and Coach Mayzy as well, but I'm talking to you as a minister in God's vineyard. Love is not what we are seeing. Love is God himself and beyond what humans think. Love is everything, and that same love is God himself. So if you say you love and have no fear of God, such love is deceitful. There's more to love. And then he quoted John 3. This is supposed to be 16, but I'm seeing John 3:116. He says, we have different types of love in the Bible, but not to be bothering you too much. You must be content with who you love, and give everything you have for love without holding back. All right, then. Yeah, I see you nodding your head vigorously to that one. All right. Can we take on Hamid's case, and then we'll use that to wrap up on everything else about
Let's
love?
do that, please.
Okay, let's do that. Christy, I see you from Kuja. I'm going to play your voice note. Just bear with me. But let me go to Hamid. Hamid had written in earlier saying, I received a heartbreak this evening, preparing to propose to my lady, trying to give her a hint and know how she will feel by that day. But she turned me down, saying she's not ready to be a wife and a mother. But we have been dating for 6 months now. And then he concludes, I am not lucky when it comes to love, and I am already 34 years old. No wife, no kids, just sad. When I asked for a little bit of information, and he said, according to her, she said she's afraid because she wants to heal, because she has a baby for another guy whom she loves, but the guy abandoned her. And so he says he would like for us to get into this conversation with him. I think right off the bat, we can tell that lady didn't love him, right?
She loved him. That's why she didn't say yes to him.
Wait now. I'm confused.
Because she knows she's not ready for what he's asking for. And she was true to herself to say, I'm not ready for it.
Wow.
Oh, yes. You see? I said you should be ready to challenge your...
I will challenge them, and I'll challenge you too, coach. Let's challenge from all angles.
The fact that somebody is all over you and you know you're not in a state to operate at that frequency the person wants, it takes a level of maturity and care for that person to let them know that, Oga, calm down, don't worry, I'm not in with you. I'm not in. If they had dated for 6 months and they had been discussing, is he saying that he had not found out before now that she was not yet in the frame of mind? Are you getting it? That she's not yet ready to commit to another relationship, like for marriage. Is he saying he hasn't found that out until that time? If he didn't find out, then they were not having the right conversations. I'm sorry this thing is sounding hard, but I'm telling you what is. Because relationship and courtship, as a matter of fact, is supposed to be more conversations than any other thing.
So here's the thing. When he first wrote in, I did say that, if you're really and truly dating somebody, you want to get into a relationship with somebody. And that's the thing. There's dating somebody and there's courting somebody, right? Before you even jump into the whole relationship boat. So I had said when he wrote in initially, I said, look, even if you, for the first time, maybe you go out on a date the first time and, you're keeping it light and keeping it conversational. You're not trying to dig up buried bones and fish out skeletons from closets. By the next couple of dates, you should have gotten to the point where you're having conversations to be able to sort of decipher the person's state of mind. And let's bear this in mind. You can't always know everything with a person, depending on how mature the person is. Sometimes they can lead you on and they will lead you to hot boiling fire, pot of water, whatever, right? But I feel like there are certain kinds of ways that you can have a conversation with somebody that will expose their mindset to you. So I had mentioned to him that I sensed that did not happen. And then 6 months down the line, this is now coming up. What I am having a hard time understanding is you saying that she loved him and that is why she, told him the truth and let him go. Because can you really and truly love two people at the same time? Because Auntie here, according to Hamid, is saying that the reason why she cannot go ahead and accept his proposal after 6 months of dating is because she still loves someone else and she wants to heal.
No, that wasn't what he said. Well, what I heard him say was that she has not gotten over the other person. Not getting over does not mean love.
No. It says here, this is what he wrote. She's afraid because she wants to heal, because she has a baby for another guy who she loves. But the guy abandoned her. Now, so here's the thing. I see what Hamid wrote here. I don't know if he meant that she loves or she loved.
Exactly.
It's not clear. Perhaps that's what. So that was what
I heard in the first instance.
Okay.
Love and then abandoned her. Right?
Okay.
So she hadn't gotten over that. It's possible it's the hurt she hasn't gotten over. It's possible her emotions are still all over the place. She doesn't even know where to stand or
So
what
she
to,
shouldn't be
she
getting
might
into
get
a
gotten over.
relationship with someone else.
As a matter of fact, she should not even be getting into another
Yeah.
relationship. Do you understand? Yeah, even though she may not know that, and she may think that she just needs this person for a rebound or just to have, that people think like that, that when one fails, you need somebody else who can help you, get yourself back together. In the real sense of it, is not the right move. She shouldn't even be in this relationship with him yet.
Okay.
At best, they should just be friends. Yeah.
So coming back to Hamid now, who now thinks that at 34 years old, he's been unlucky when it comes to love, no wife, no kids. Can you give him a little bit of therapy to help him him get past this stage? And then and then in doing that, we come back to the conversation as to love and what love is and what he should, look out for, so that he would not feel like he's always unlucky when it comes to love. Because I feel like a lot of the time, perhaps, some of us who end up thinking this way are missing something fundamentally, be it from our own selves or from the choices we make when it comes to people. But then again, I'm just theorizing. You're the counselor, so please help Hamid out.
Yeah. So, thank you. I mean, very valid points here, and I like these conversations, So it's possible that when people say that they have not been lucky with love, to hit it on the head, they have not been in love. They have been around all of these other things that we have been talking about that look like love. All right. Yeah. And many of these other things stem out of, to put everything in one word that I want to say now, many times trauma. There are people who love the idea of love. They love the idea of being in love. And anybody that comes close, they want to be in love with that person because of a deep-rooted lack of love that they have experienced in their life. So people like that will be quick to jump into relationships. Once you are having a nice conversation with them and you guys are flowing a couple of times and you meet whatever conditions they have in their mind about love, they just feel like I'm in love with you. And then whether or not you are ready to reciprocate that love or to go on that direction with them, they just assume themselves into a relationship with you and start putting pressure on you to say yes. You get it?